Okay, so we've made the connections with the symbols with the locust and the scorpion connection. Okay, the locust, they're eating things up of value, and that's going to be spiritual value, the gospel in Jesus Christ, your current understanding of the Bible. Okay, and then of course the scorpion, which is going to be the poison that they're going to deliver in return for what they eat up. That's what they're going to give you in return, is that poison, that gall, or that vinegar to drink. Okay, so they're going to remove people's faith in the gospel, and I'm telling you, they're going to do it with the Bible. All right, and we'll just talk a little bit more about that later. So that's what's going to open up a lot of understanding for verse 6, which a lot of people think they understand here. I'm going to read it. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. All right, you got to put this in scope with the understanding that they're being tormented like scorpions right above it, as when it striketh a man. So that's the poison that's entering them. This poison, or this false doctrine, is going to be so horrifying concerning turning their worlds upside down. What was up will become down, what was down will become up. So after this doctrine hits them, people are going to be wishing they were dead, because their whole world is going to be brought down around them. Now that's only the people that don't have strong faith, and that's strong faith in Jesus Christ. Or I could even say strong faith in a loving, merciful God of all that is. Okay, because eventually you're going to find out that Jesus Christ is the one who represents that to the fullness, if you don't understand that now. But let's hope that you're at least beginning to understand that fact, because that is the fact that's going to deliver you to the true truth that has any value or worth of overcoming this false doctrine. And that's exactly what you got. It's not going to be done with knives, guns, bombs, provisions. This provision that we have is faith, and it's going to be faith upon the absolute truth and validity of the saving, living word of Jesus Christ. And I'm not playing no games. So think about those words very, very seriously. It's not the Bible that we believe in, my friends. It's not the Bible. Okay? It's God. And our best understanding of who God is comes from Jesus Christ. It doesn't come from the Bible. It comes from the life that Jesus Christ lived and revealed to the world. And it was very contrary to anger, vengeance, and wrath. So if anybody wants to refute the validity of a loving, merciful Father and do it in the name of the Hebrew Bible via the understanding of the Old Testament representation of God in that scripture, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You must have forgot the life that was lived by Jesus Christ. You must have forgot the fact that Jesus Christ said that he called God Father. And he called Father because it was the closest thing for us to understand. It wasn't the fact that he has to be called by some sort of name dictated by letters of an alphabet that were even created by men themselves. No, it's the fact that our relationship to the Father, it overrides names. And Father represents our relationship in personal to God, because the first thing that he is over anything to us is that of a father. Now the world would have you forget that fact. The world would have you focus on some sort of anger and vengeance and wrath, that if you clearly check the scripture, if you clearly seek, and you will find the source of that anger and that vengeance and wrath, and it's not our Father. It is the representation of these fallen false beings and their association with the ancient Hebrew origin of Israel. And you can plainly see their association to these fallen gods, Ashtar and Baal. And you can see that they're worshiping them. And then you can see that their own prophets are trying to pull them from it. Their own prophets. So it's not that Israel is bad, not spiritual Israel. Spiritual Israel isn't bad. You know, the prophets of Israel aren't bad. Look at what the prophets are trying to do. They're trying to lift their own people from this worship of these fallen beings. Those fallen beings are the ones that's responsible for all this wrath that you find in the Bible. It's coming out because the early Hebrews were in association with that, my friends. Think deeply.